Broadcasting live from the moon and back, this is The Coin Chat, the most trusted voice for all things cryptocurrency. Each week we dissect an important issue and cut through the noise and misinformation out there in the world of blockchain, cryptocurrency, and ICOs, capturing the facts that truly matter to you that will give you an edge in this fast-moving emerging market. The who, what, where, when, and how of what you need to know in crypto to get ahead so you don't get left behind. Now here are your co-hosts, financial and crypto experts Yuri Cataldo and Steve Good.
Hey, this is Steve Good.
And Yuri Cataldo.
From the Coin Chat, we're here to cut through the noise and misinformation on cryptocurrency to tell you what truly matters. Today, we're breaking down the 7 hot things you need to look for to spot an ICO.
Yes, scams, ICO scams.
Right, absolutely. So we're going to start jumping right now with number 1. So when you're looking at an ICO website, first thing you got to do, not the first thing you got to do, but one of the first things you should look for is the location. Now, a lot of these ICO websites just don't have a location. That already should be an alarm bell. But those that do have a location, amazingly, sometimes their addresses make no sense. Now, just to illustrate that, I'm going to give an example. So I'm just going to share my screen over here, and I want to give people an example of what this looks like when you go to a screen and it takes you to an electrical box. Now, now, what's interesting about this is actually the full address, when I put it onto Google, didn't actually take me anywhere. It wasn't sure where to go. So I took out everything on the postcode and just focused on the postcode in London. And when I did that, it took me to this electrical box, which, by the way, just in case you're wondering why they're standing there holding their pints, it was across the street from the Old Fountain Pub. So that's clearly not the address we were intending to get to for the ICO. So I thought, I'm going to be a bit more clever about this. Quick check now. Is it just the address or am I going crazy? So I took the postcode out and I put in a full address. That didn't work. So I just put in the number and street address, and I got, oh, how nice, I'm over here now.
Completely different location.
Yeah, so absolutely. Scam point number 1, check the address. If it doesn't work as a full address, break it into parts. If different parts are giving you different locations, that is absolutely 100% scam central.
Oh, my God.
Back over to you, Yuri, for point number 2.
Point 2 is the actual team and their contact details. So do research. Is on the website, they list the team. Does the team each have their own individual LinkedIn profile? Does a profile show what other projects they've worked on in the past, or is suddenly this the first project they've worked on? There are a lot of teams out there who just copy and paste actual stock photos. So reverse Google image search the stock photos. Right. Also, there are some teams who hired models to be part of their fake ICO. So, I mean,
how many times have you done that, Yuri?
Hired models to be part of my fake ICO?
No, got hired to be part of the ICO.
Not enough. So if people just need stock photo models, I'm available. But yes, so do your research on that. Look at the ICO advisors. There was one ICO who had Putin as an ICO advisor. Clearly that's fake. He doesn't do that, nor does he care. So just do your research, look into them, look at their websites, contact their previous employers if you're not sure who they are, or if you need to double check all this. Like everybody's LinkedIn profiles who have more than a year have detailed lists of what they've done. So do your due diligence and don't be afraid to reach out to them, reach out to the companies.
And equally, if they go to an event, you can pretty well find it if they've gone to the event because they'll be there. There's photos of them. And the ones that actually go to the events and say, mention event, like in Twitter, use the @ and you mention the event you've been to, that event will mention you back and say, hey, thanks, it was great to meet you. So that kind of validates the person was really there. Now, it might have been a fake person posting it or something like that, but at least check and see if they've been to events, conferences, they're doing videos, check them on Facebook, check them on Twitter, look them up everywhere and make sure they're real. Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Yuri. Critical one. And if there's no photos or anything on the team site,
that's a problem.
That's a problem. Yeah, you got to make sure you know who you're investing in and what kind of project you're getting involved with. So I'm going to jump to point 3, kind of similarly related, which is now you know these people exist, but there's no contact details for the project. I'm not talking about address and location. I'm talking about phone numbers and email addresses to get in touch with them, because it's great if you have an address, but it's fake. It's even worse if you can't even contact them through the website, because that's kind of a no-brainer to at least be able to send in a form. Because if you can't send in a form registering your details or contacting them, no email addresses to contact them. That's kind of a problem, because how do you know where they are, if they exist, or if it's just they don't want to be contacted? So then if I can't find it on the website, I'm going to go check their Facebook page or the company website page. I'm going to check their Twitter page. I'm going to check their LinkedIn page. They better have a LinkedIn page for the company.
Right.
And I'm checking to make sure that I can contact them. And if I can't reach them, I'm concerned, because they should be reachable somewhere.
Yes, they definitely should. Okay, I'm going to jump to the next point, and that is their white paper. So
Oh,
first and
good one.
foremost,
Yeah, I like it.
you should look at their website and make sure there is a white paper listed on there. But the first thing you should check for is plagiarism. There are professional white paper writers out there who just copy and paste things over. So I know you mentioned that you did this before, where you just copy and paste the text into Google search and find out if it's plagiarized or not.
Absolutely. Very easy to do that.
Yeah, so you should do that. You should make sure that in the white paper they have their product roadmap, they have their token model. You make sure they don't talk about what blockchain is or what Bitcoin is, because they should be focusing on the important matters, which is their product. And when, push comes to shove, look at the original Bitcoin white paper by Satoshi. That's like 9 pages. It is the gold standard of what to look for, in great detail about what's happening, why, where, when, how. So do your research and know those details.
Absolutely. So we're going to jump into the next one, which is now you hit the website, you're excited about the project, you click the link to go to Twitter, and it doesn't go anywhere. Now, I hate to say this, but seriously, when you're looking at ICOs and scams, absolutely, you must click the links at the top of the website and at the bottom of the website. A good page will have the links somewhere at the top. Usually it's got Twitter, it's got Telegram, probably has LinkedIn, might have Facebook, but it has the links. At the bottom of the page, it'll have them too. Sometimes they forget in the footer, and that's okay. It's not ideal, but it does happen. It shouldn't happen, but it does. But if you're clicking the links and they either don't go where they're supposed to go, or they take you to dead pages, or they simply click and nothing happens, that tells you something's wrong. Now, you can go start hunting for them on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and such if you want to, but it already tells you there's a problem if you're going to their pages and you just can't get to the actual pages themselves. Now, if you do get to a LinkedIn page and they have something like 20 posts and they have 5,000 followers,
that's a problem.
That's a slightly different problem that just says they're buying lots of likes and lots of followers as well. So for me, the whole social media piece about validating the links and validating that the social channels are good is all about making sure that they're actually out there and real, and they're not just buying pages and they're not putting fake stuff up there. So make sure the links work. If the links don't work, get out of there, because something else is wrong.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's about the project being authentic and the people being authentic.
Authenticity is number one here. We want everyone to. That's a major takeaway of these 7 points. It's all about the authenticity of that ICO, not just the fact that they're doing it, but their authentic nature in terms of their project and their intentions. And their intentions being to invest that money wisely, not to steal it. Exactly.
Okay, so another thing you want to look out for, terms and conditions. So all of these should be listed on the website to let you know what their privacy policy are. If there's an escrow company working with the coins, so to make sure that once you invest your coins, you then get the appropriate version of their cryptocurrency back to you. Are they a verifiable registered company? They should tell you where they're registered. You should be able to look that and see if they're registered in whatever company and make sure they're following the rules of that company. It's especially a big deal in the United States with companies not following SEC compliance and getting shut down very quickly. It's actually
absolutely difficult. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great one. Yeah. So I'm going to follow that up with the last one, the product roadmap. Now, product roadmap itself, by definition, doesn't make it scammy or not scammy, but you can find either two things. One, there is no product roadmap. It just, we're launching a payment coin. Yay. Or they're going to launch a roadmap that says, Q3 next year, coin hits exchange.
Right. Coin.
Right. Or Q2, Q2, next phase of delivery. You can find roadmaps that show there has been no thought process, no leadership, no anything. So those are our 7 points for takeaway. Yuri, those are, I think, great points for everyone to take away from here on today's quick coverage of spotting an ICO scam. To the moon. Thanks everyone for listening in. And please do follow us on our YouTube and Twitter and Facebook accounts. We're here having fun and telling you how to stay safe in cryptocurrency. Thank you for joining us today on The Coin Chat. Join us on Telegram on t.me/thecoinchat, where we discuss a range of topics on cryptocurrency. And visit us on patreon.com/thecoinchat for show notes, outtakes, and previews of additional content. Or follow us on our website, which is www.thecoinchat.net. And remember to like and subscribe to us on your way out. To the moon, until next time.